What could be better than stir fry at home for an easy weeknight dinner? Hi, I'm Becca from Fork in the Kitchen, and I am here to help you make meatless meals that everyone will love. And this one is made with my homemade stir fry sauce that has over 600 five-star reviews. So you know this dinner is going to be a winner. Let's get started. I know, I was like, I'm doing it, I'm rhyming. So we're gonna start with a low sodium soy sauce. It is soy sauce heavy, so you wanna make sure that you are using a reduced sodium one so that it's not too salty. So add about half cup to a jar to make this a really easy recipe. And you could take the little cap off so it pours a little faster. All right, there we go. And then I like to use vegetable broth because it just adds a little extra flavor, but you could absolutely use water, so a half cup of that as well. And then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon sesame oil. Got my little cute measuring cup here. Aww. Okay, we'll pour that in. A half tablespoon of rice vinegar. Then we'll do about 1 tablespoon honey. You could do more or less depending on your preferences. This just helps balance out a lot of that acidity. Slides right on in. And then we're gonna press in some garlic. I love to use this garlic press because it just makes it really easy. Just squeeze it on in. It's a really big bowl. Okay. And then we're gonna scrape it off. Forgot a scraper, so I'll just use this. And then we will grate in some ginger. So we'll cut off the tip of it. Now, you could scrape off the skin of the ginger root as well, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna grab my grater. You can do this to taste. I like about a teaspoon or so. And before we give it a shake, I got a hair stuck. The last thing we're gonna do is put in some cornstarch. This will help it really thicken up while we cook it with our veggies. So everything's in, put the lid on, and give it a good shake. Okay, the sauce is ready. That's all we had to do. Let's get to our veggies. We're just chopping, I guess, yeah. I've got white button mushrooms here, but you could also use baby Bella. I like them to have some substance to them, so I do go with a thicker slice here for the stir fry, but obviously feel free to slice them how you like. And of course, they will cook down since they're mushrooms. Now we'll slice up our carrots. So I'm just gonna cut off the ends of these. Slice them into whatever shape you like. I do like to do a fun little slice on the bias or diagonal, as they say. I don't really find it necessary to peel carrots, especially for a recipe like this. Just make sure they're washed really well. But of course, if you want to take the time to peel them, be my guest. Right, we've got our red bell pepper. Again, you could really use any color bell pepper here. Red is my personal favorite, and I think it adds a really nice color contrast. That is really the beauty of making stir fries at home, is that you can add, honestly, whatever mix of ingredients you have on hand. It's a great way to clean out the fridge and get your veggies in a delicious way. All right, I've also got a head of broccoli here. So I'm gonna cut off the stem. You can chop this up if you want. Sometimes they're a little bitter, so it's your call. But we're just gonna use the florets for this recipe. Try to make sure they're similarly sized, that way they'll cook evenly, but it doesn't have to be too exact. Then for the onion, we'll just use a half of an onion. And we'll slice it up. So cut off the end. peel the outer layer. So we're gonna cut it lengthwise. This will give us even slices. All right, and then the last thing is we've got more garlic and ginger. So it did go in our sauce. I love extra, so it's totally up to you if you wanna go ahead and add more in or not. You could also leave it out of the sauce and just put it in the stir fry too, either way. So we're gonna slice up the garlic here. I'm gonna do it pretty finely because then they'll get nice and tender and just work their way into the veggies. Okay. And as for the ginger, I'm going to finely dice it this time. So I am going to peel back. Usually I use a spoon, but we're just gonna go with the knife here. So we'll go ahead and just slice it up. That way there will be some nice gingery pieces in there too. Now that the prep is done, let's go throw it all together. If you have a wok, use it for this recipe. If not, use a large skillet. It could be cast iron or stainless steel, either one will work. So heat it over medium high or high heat, depending on your pan. The hotter the better for stir fry. So to it, we're gonna add some oil. Let that get nice and shimmery and hot. Be a little patient. Okay, I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds. All right. First, we're gonna add the sliced mushrooms and onion. Give them a stir in the oil, and then they'll start to cook for a few minutes before we add our next round. Can you hear me over the sizzle? So the next round of veggies, we're gonna add our carrots and our broccoli. Now, if you're using sugar snap peas, add them now because they're heartier and a little thicker and they'll need more time to cook. I've got snow peas here today, so we're gonna hold off and add those with the bell pepper. Saute this round for about 2 to 3 minutes as well. My God, as well. You could turn this into a musical. So next up, we're gonna add the snow peas, our bell pepper, our ginger, and the garlic. And these will all saute for just another minute or two. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Our water chestnuts are going in as well. You could also chop these. I didn't today, obviously, but you could make them into more manageable bite-sized pieces if you'd like. It's time for the sauce. So give it one more shake if the cornstarch has settled a little bit. And we'll pour it in. It's gonna be kind of saucy because this makes about like a little over a cup of sauce. So if you prefer it less saucy, don't add it all to start, but I love it saucy. So we're gonna add it all. Bring it to a simmer for a few minutes until it's nice and thick and those veggies are fork tender, and then dinner will be served. All right, now let's try it. It's gonna be hard to not want to get a bite of every veggie here. And the first thing that hits is that sauce. It is so good. The perfect balance of salty and savory and acidic, but not too much. Oh my goodness. It is hands down so good. These fork tender veggies too. Perfect. What an excellent dinner.
Be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss a recipe, and I will see you back here next week for another meatless meal that everyone will love. Until then, happy eating.
I don't need to do that. That's too much. Too much, Becca. Too much talking. Here I go again. Does my hair look okay? Not like a rat's nest or a bird's nest.
What the hell did I just say?